Chapter 2: The Light Within. That morning, the air inside the gym felt colder than usual. Not because of the wind or the air conditioner, but because of the silence. The silence of early dawn, of breath hanging in the mist, and of a soul searching for itself. She stood in front of the mirror, the same old mirror that had witnessed hundreds of hours of sweat, early mornings of exhaustion, and countless moments when she wanted to quit. Today, her eyes looked different. No longer lost, no longer searching for someone stronger within the reflection. She just looked to understand. She didn't come to this gym to prove anything anymore. Not to compare, not to compete, not to be enough. She came because she wanted to continue, to find out where true strength really lived. The sound of metal hitting the floor echoed through the room, dry, steady, like a heartbeat. Each time she lifted the weight, her breath grew heavier. Sweat soaked her shirt, and the pain came flooding back, not in her muscles, but in her memories. She remembered her first day, when she stepped into this gym with trembling hands and frightened eyes. Back then, she was so fragile that she couldn't look anyone in the eye for too long, afraid they might see her failure. But now, every drop of sweat that hit the floor wasn't shame anymore. It was proof. Proof that she was still here, still standing, still fighting. Her coach walked over, his voice calm but firm. "You've grown stronger," he said. "Not because you lift heavier weights, but because you've stopped running away from yourself." She froze, letting the words sink in. Stopped running away from yourself. It sounded simple, yet it was a truth she had spent years learning only halfway. Time passed. She kept showing up, rain or shine. Her body changed. Stronger, steadier, more capable. But the greatest transformation happened inside her mind. There were mornings she didn't want to get up. Days when the mirror reflected only a tired, defeated face, and nights when exhaustion made her question everything. But she always remembered that first night, standing under a weak light, trembling, alone, and choosing not to give up. That night became an anchor in her soul, a reminder that every time she wanted to stop, she had once been weaker, more afraid, and yet still chose to go on.
One afternoon, golden light poured through the dusty window. The setting sun spread across the gym floor, casting long shadows that danced in silence. She was finishing her last set, hands shaking, breath heavy. The coach watched her, smiled, and asked softly, "Do you know what that light is?" "The sunlight?" she asked, still panting. "No," he said, "that's your light." She looked at him, confused. He pointed to her chest. "That light doesn't shine from outside. It comes from within, every time you choose not to give up." In that moment, she understood. The light she had been searching for all this time wasn't in the lamps, wasn't in the mirror, and wasn't in anyone's praise. It was inside her, and it only glowed when she chose to continue. That evening, she sat alone on the floor, her back against the wall. Sweat still clung to her skin, but she didn't feel tired. Instead, she felt peace, a quiet peace she had never known before. Outside, cars passed and the world hurried on, but inside the gym, all was still. Only the slow rhythm of her heart remained. She took out her small notebook and wrote, "Strength isn't built in muscles, it's discovered in the soul." From that day on, her training changed. She stopped counting reps, stopped chasing numbers. She trained with purpose, to feel alive, to feel honest, to feel connected. Each movement became a prayer, each drop of sweat a story. She began to smile through the pain because she finally understood pain is just proof of progress. She learned to thank her body for enduring, for staying, for carrying her farther than she ever thought possible. One morning, her coach handed her an old photo. It was from her first day, thin, anxious, trembling. She looked at it and smiled. "I've really changed," she said. He shook his head. "No, you just came back to who you truly are. You were never weak. You just forgot how strong you've always been." Months went by. She didn't just grow stronger. She started to shine. New members noticed something different about her, a quiet kind of light that didn't need to be loud. She didn't preach, she didn't boast. She just showed up every day and did the work because she knew when you truly find your inner light, you don't have to tell anyone. They will feel it. Late one night, when everyone had left, she stayed behind. The gym was dark except for the soft light reflecting off the mirror. She saw herself smiling. No tears, no fear. Just a woman who had walked through darkness and learned to light her own way. She whispered to the empty room, "Thank you, not for changing me, but for reminding me that the light was never gone." She stepped outside into the night. The air was cool, the wind gentle. The city buzzed around her, but she carried her own calm. She realized something. That light didn't belong to the gym. It followed her wherever she went, in every breath, every step, every smile. She didn't need the mirror anymore, because she finally knew who she was. At the end of chapter 2, she opened her notebook one more time and wrote a line that would become her life's motto. "The brightest light doesn't come from above. It shines from within, in the moments no one sees, in the times you still choose to stay." Final message of chapter 2. Sometimes the light we search for isn't something we find. It's something we become when we stop running and start believing.